guys, I wanted to do a quick little video to explain about my curriculum here on Plain and Not So Plain. I get asked lots of questions about what my curriculum is all about. People want to know whether it's going to be good for their child or not, and they want to know if it's certified, so I thought I would do this little video so people can watch it and decide whether or not Plain and Not So Plain curriculum is right for them and their child. So one of the positive things about my curriculum is that it's absolutely free. It's free. You go to my site, you find the grade level and the subject that you want, and you click it and download, and it goes right to your computer. You don't have to sign up for anything. You don't have to pay me anything. You don't even have to become a subscriber. It's just there for you to take. So free. I think that's the best thing is that it's free. The other positive about it is that it's very simplistic. I mean, that can also be a con, but the simplistic is, for me, a good thing, because we have bought many curriculum over the years, and I spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and my children would do the work, and then they would get through 10 problems, and then they'd be like, okay, I got this. Well, there would be 20, 30 more problems of the same thing, and they'd be like, do I have to do this? So we skipped an awful lot of problems in their schoolwork, and at the end of the year, I thought, why did I just spend all this money on these books, and we didn't even use half of them? So I vowed that when I had my own, I would not do all those extra problems. And if you need to do extra, that is your job as the teacher to do more for your child. So that's a positive, because it's just real basic. It reminds me of like the McGuffey books. If you open up a McGuffey book from back in the olden days, they would do just one lesson a day. You'd open it up and there'd be one lesson. The next day would be a different lesson. And then there was like a review after, I don't know, 10 of them or something like that. And so that's what a lot of my stuff is like. It doesn't, now that can be a flaw, because people like lots of repetition. They want their child to do a lot of the same problem over and over again. And yes, I understand that some children do need that. My recommendation be that you, if your child needs more work, to provide them with some extra problem. Another positive about my curriculum is that for our spelling lessons, we offer a spelling regular in print. We also do a spelling in cursive, and then I also added a left-handed print spelling list, because one of my children is left-handed, and I didn't realize, because I'm not left-handed, how difficult it is to copy words when it's set up for a right-handed person. So I did that this year and added that to the different grade levels, so your child, if they're left-handed, they can use that and benefit from it. So that's a good thing with it. It'll also pass the Cat 5 standardized testing if your state requires that for your child. We are required to test in our state, and so we get the old 1970s Cat 5 standardized test, and it covers the basics, reading, writing, arithmetic, and my children take that test and they pass it all just fine with what I offer on my site and through my books. So those are another positive with it. The cons about the Plain Not So Plain curriculum is that it is very basic, and that's what I just said. Some people don't like basic. They like lots and lots of filler work, and they like that, and that's, if you like that, it's not going to work for you then. And also people like that they can give their child the book at 8 o'clock in the morning and then have them sit and work all day until like 3. And with my curriculum, that's not gonna happen. Your child's gonna be done with it within a few hours of doing their work, depending on how quick they are. Mine is meant to do some book work, and then the rest fill in with real life learning. We like a lot of hands-on things, hands-on real life, hands-on cooking, hands-on guys get out in the garage and do work, do yard work, do vehicle work, go to the library and check out programs, get books, get DVDs, do lots of hands-on science lessons. There's so much you can do, and we fill in with those things. My curriculum is just the basics that you need to know to pass the state standard of testing. That's it. Everything else is real life learning, because that's really what's going to benefit your child. So if you like a lot of work and spending all day long, it's not going to work for you. If you want your child to be left alone and you don't really have to worry about schoolwork, except maybe quizzing them on a test, that this curriculum is not going to work for you, because it doesn't have a lot of that. You're going to have to be parent involved in your child's lessons. You're going to have to make sure they do the work. You're going to have to make sure they understand the work. And if they don't, then you're going to have to provide extra problems for them. Another flaw is that if you don't understand the concepts, my curriculum doesn't explain a lot of it. And so myself, I know I went to college, I graduated with high honors, and so I understand all the math and the English that I give to my children. And the ones that were a little bit difficult and I didn't really quite remember because it's been so long, I put a few explanations on their pages with some answers to help parents, but not everything is explained in detail. And so if you don't understand that yourself as a parent, which is fine, I would suggest that you go on Google and you go look up YouTube videos, or you do like websites that have different explanations and tutorials on how to do the particular lesson. And so mine doesn't do a lot of that. So you're going to have to either know it or go find some other resource to know how to teach it. And there's so much out there. I know a couple of them I had to have a refresher, and I started watching a couple of videos. I'm like, wow, okay, that's super easy. And then there's some people that are just genius and gotten so easy with teaching it that there's so many great ones out there. So just do a little Google search and you'll find them if you don't understand it. Another con is that it has flaws in the curriculum. I am a mommy. I wrote all this curriculum myself. I sat down for weeks at a time and did grade levels for each of my children based on the scope and sequence of what they had to know. And so yes, there are some grammatical errors, and yes, there are some maybe numbers in the wrong place, or something didn't line up when I printed it off. That happens because I'm human. I have gone through, as of this video, and I've gone through and proofread all of the ones on my site and updated them, but again, I'm human and I can miss something. So I'm very thankful for my readers, because I love when someone sends me a comment or an email and says, hey, on page 42 of 4th grade, this is wrong, and so it needs to be fixed. And I'm like, thank you, because I can only do so much. I'm not paying somebody to proofread everything because it's free. It's free for everybody. So if you can get past that, then great. Even my books online at Amazon, I went through and did answer keys for all of them. So I thought I got every single grammatical error and every single problem fixed. And then I used those for my children this year. And then I realized that once I turned them into a PDF book form, something didn't line up right. So some of the things were off a little bit, and I'm like, oh wow. So I need to fix that or figure out how to fix that. So I'm not a computer genius. I'm not understanding how all that stuff transfers and works, but I can try to figure out some things on my own. So I apologize if you get something with a flaw in it. It's just going to happen. That's just because I'm a mommy and I'm human. So, but most everything is good. It's all, the concepts are there, all the things are there. It's not tons. Like I said, I've gone through, and then when my children do it, we usually mark the pages at the top, and I'm like, oh, fix this. And then after a while, this is what I just did up to this video, is I went through and fixed all the mistakes so that they won't be on the future ones. So and my children are good. They're like, Mom, fix this. Mom, that's wrong. And so I'm like, oh, thank you. So if you can't get past that, then this is not going to be for you either as well. It's just that I'm a mom, and I saw the need for schooling and doing it inexpensively, because at one time we couldn't afford schooling, and I had to find something free on my own resources. And I did, thank goodness, a long time ago. There was tons of free things online, and then as the years went by, it seems like there's nothing free anymore. And so I came up with, I thought, if I ever did something, I would do it and give it away for free. And so here I am, giving it away for free. So that's why I made this. So this will help out, because I would much rather see you spend money on trying to feed your kids, or just paying bills in daily life. And so I know for us, we don't spend any money on schooling, and then our curriculum. And then what we do is we take that extra money and go do field trips. So we'll all go do a hands-on museum. We'll go do a zoo trip. We'll do those kind of things. And so we like to spend our money on those kind of activities, and versus on schooling curriculum, which you don't have to. So, it's your choice what you want to put into your child. It's your choice what you want out of their education. If you use my curriculum, it's just the basics. It's the basics. It'll get them through. It'll pass the test. But you have to fill in with real life learning to help your child be a well-rounded individual. I would rather focus on what their strengths are and not so much their weaknesses. We work on their weaknesses too. But I'd like to say, okay, you really enjoy working with your hands instead of sitting at a desk all day long. So let's get out and get you in the garage doing something. Or you enjoy cooking, let's get you out making something like that. And so we try to focus on things like that in our home, because I feel like that's going to be better for my child's future than anything, than just learning, certain formulas or certain English terminology that they're not going to use for the rest of their life. So those are my pros and my cons for my curriculum. You can choose what to do with it yourself and whether it's going to work for your family, but this is just to help you get a real quick glimpse of what it's all about. And again, if you can just download it, look through it, and if you find, or you can try it, and then if you find it doesn't work for your child, throw it away and go buy a curriculum. It's as easy as that. So we just like to keep things simple and basic around here. Like on my site, plain and not so plain. It's all about keeping things plain and simple so that I can enjoy more out of life. So, okay, I hope you have a wonderful day and enjoy.